Now on this slide, we've carried over the as-reported accident year combined ratios, but here we're comparing them to NCCI's estimate of the ultimate accident year combined ratios. Those are in light blue. Each year, NCCI conducts its own private carrier reserve analysis to determine the strength of the reserves held in each accident year and also to quantify the overall deficiency for the industry. Let's walk through the steps of that analysis over the next couple of slides. Now, to calculate the combined ratios, all we do is simply add the underwriting expense and dividend ratios from the results section that I showed you earlier to our estimate of the ultimate loss and LAE ratios. Now, those are shown here. NCCI's selections for the accident year loss and LAE ratios are the starting point for determining the overall reserve deficiency. The pattern of deficiency and redundancy follows the underwriting cycle. Looking at the light purple bars, you'll notice that the NCCI selections for accident years 07 through 11 are higher than the industry booked. The opposite is true for 12 through 16. In fact, we expect the booked loss and LAE ratio of 72 for 2016 to develop downward to 65 over time. In other words, we expect accident years 07 to 11 to be deficient and 12 through 16 to be redundant. Now, if we take those across all years and add them up and add in the deficiency from the prior period, even though we expect the most recent years to develop favorably, the overall reserve position is still deficient. To convert the ratios to dollars, we simply multiply by each year's premium and add them all up. And for 2016, that results in a reserve deficiency of $5 billion. That's $2 billion less from last year's deficiency. Now, our estimate includes the tabular discount. That's the allowed reduction in reserves due to lifetime pension cases. Note that the tabular discount in 2016 is $4.5 billion of the $5 billion reserve deficiency. So net of the discount, that leaves little to no deficiency. Now, the current deficiency is about 4% of total reserves. And to put that into perspective, if you go back to 2001, the deficiency represented 33% of total reserves. As I mentioned earlier, the deficiency is cyclical. As the underwriting results deteriorate during the building of a soft market like we had back in the late 90s, carriers accumulate reserve deficiencies to improve their calendar year results. And then the opposite occurs during a hard market, and that allows carriers to eliminate those deficiencies.